Yo, what's good, my fellow Mavericks players? It's your boy X, and yeah, today we're gonna be playing Mega Man X6, part, yeah, I think it's part 4. Let me check. Okay, so I still have my parts. Good. Now we're gonna be going for the Inami Temple against Rainy Turtloid, spelled Turtloid. Rainy Turtloid. Alias says, "You're in the Inami Temple. It's an important cultural asset." And X says, "But it's been devastated by the collision of the colony." And Alias says, "Don't think about that now. Just concentrate on the nightmares." And X says, "Right. We must eliminate the nightmares." And X says, "What? It's raining! But it's not like normal rain, it's acid rain!" And Elias says, "It's cloudy in this area, but I can't detect any rain there. It has to be the work of the nightmare." "What's your condition, X?" "A bit damaged, but still functional. However, it's strange that I've been recovering while I'm on this machine." And Alias says, "I can't guarantee your safety, but it's better to use them if they are helpful. But I'm worried about the rain. Is there any way to stop the nightmare? Is there any way to stop the nightmare rain?" I mean, there is. You have to break these, like, reactors. What is Alien want now? Next says, "This weather analyzer seems to be out of control. What's worse is that the 4 cores have been creating the barrier. I have to destroy those." Alias says, "Watch out for the damage caused by the nightmare rain. Be careful, X." Nope, you're not getting them. So yeah, your health will slowly drain. Alright, so we got another call from Alia. And Alia says, "It has stopped raining, but you still have to..." X says, "Yes, I still have to cope with more nightmare rain." And X says, "Oh no, that means other Reploids are in danger. I'm coming to the rescue." Alright, let's regenerate some health. Alright, so in this part we're gonna have to explore a little bit. Okay, so then Alia says, a low passage. It's too narrow to walk into. But maybe there's another way. Or I can just boost my way through it. And Dr. Light says, X, I'll give you data for an armor program. Obtain all 4 programs so that the armor will be complete. The one I give you now is the body part of the shadow armor. With this program, you will take less damage, and the damage you receive will be converted to the energy to perform the Giga attack. You are our only hope, X. Damn, let me see this Reploid first. Wait, I think there's a healing machine here, so any damage that I take, I just recover. Damn, alright. So I'll have to go check around, because I think here's where, like, the alternate portal is at. Oh, there it is. I can't go in there. I mean, I can, but I shouldn't really go in there yet. I'll save that for, like, when I do backtracking. Damn. Alright, I'll have to go up. Damn, let's see. What do we have here? Alright, let's prepare our weapons. An alias says, the investigator sent to this area is Rainy Turtleoid. There are many dangers already present here, X. So stay alert. Alright, I will, Alia. And X says, Rainy Turtleoid, you must be one of the investigators of the nightmares. And Rainy Turtleoid says, I've heard a lot about you. You have my respect, X. And X says, huh? Respect? Then will you stop the nightmare? And Rainy Turtleoid says, Nightmare? It is only the beginning that can save the future of the Reploids. And X says, what are you talking about? They have hurt us all. And Rainy Turtleoid says, it is my duty to believe my master Gate. He was punished because of me. And yet, he let me live. That is why I'll do what I have to do. Even if it means my life. And X says, Turtleoid, I know you can understand. You know what you should do right now. And Rainy Turtleoid says, X, I understand what you mean. But it's my duty. It's also my duty to annihilate anything that disturbs my master Gate. X, my life is yours. And X says, no, I don't want to fight you. Damn, alright. There we go. And he's dead. Let's go. Okay, so we've done pretty well for ourselves. We obtained the meteor rain. So it fires the meteor. So we fire the meteor rain upward. So we rescued Nasi, Natsue, Akemi, Mayu, Oben, Mika, Mad, Sakura, Omi, Etsu, Miho, Yui. We've obtained energy up, life up, and weapon recover. And the body part for the shadow armor. Not bad. Alias says, Rainy Turtloid, Ice Investigator of the Water Purity Improvement Team. He had a tortoise shell ability to counter the strong acid rain. Thanks to him, we can explore areas that have pollution level A. But his high defense ability was regarded as too dangerous. Requests to weaken Turtloid ran high. Gate opposed this and was punished. Turtloid was so loyal to Gate. In the end, he died to save Gate. Okay, so is it okay to say? Nah. Let's continue. Alright, so now we're going to be heading into a bit of a short stage. Shield Sheldon. Yeah, we still have the Falcon armor. Shield Sheldon.
Ready?
I'm ready. Ilya says, You're in the Laser Institute. It's one of the most mysterious places in the world. Since this institute doesn't officially exist, we don't have much data on it. And X says, but it's obvious that this facility is infected by the nightmare. So, I'll check it out. Then X says, huh? They're levitating? But why? Ilya says, I've never encountered this kind of situation. But maybe you can use your weapons. He needs to test it if you can actually like float on some of these platforms. Which you can. Huh? We received a call? Alright. And X says, there are laser units, and the light reflectors, the reflectors seem to be inflecting the laser. And Ilya says, I've witnessed an experiment of the device that inflects the laser before. In that experiment, you could turn the devices. I'm not sure if those devices are the same ones though, because they are not visible from here. But one thing I'm sure is that they are nightmare phenomena. And X says, I'll try to utilize the laser and see what happens. So you just gotta like guide the laser to you. Damn, alright, we'll have to like actually guide the laser to me. There we go. And then Ilya says, turning the light reflectors to make the laser change directions. It's like a puzzle game. Next says, it is. What a painstaking nightmare phenomenon. Yeah, Ground Skaravich's weapon can help you break those like annoying crates. So we're gonna have to go downwards in this one. We're gonna have to access the alternate path. Alright, there we go. You'll have to backtrack for those later. And then Dr. Light says, X. Now I'll give you data for an armor program. Obtain all 4 programs so that the armor will be complete. The one I give you now is the body program for the blade armor. With this program, you will take less damage, and the damage you receive will be converted to the energy to perform the Giga attack. Please save the world from our nightmares. I will, Dr. Light. I will. Alright, we saved him. What's Celia 1 now? And X is like, I feel a little wind coming from somewhere near. Oh, that's a hint for the armor. So now we're accessing the secret area. And X says, what is this place? What am I supposed to do? Well, let's just run and dash. You run and dash. Oh yeah, the black ones are indestructible, I forgot. Alright, so now we're gonna be facing against a really epic boss fight. Warning. So lock in, this one's gonna be epic. And X says, I found you at last! And then the Nightmare Zero says, let's fight together to retire the Mavericks, just like we used to. And X says, fine, the first subject to be retired is you. And he says, so you've become a Maverick. I was worried that you might. I'll retire you, personally. Bring it on, Zero. Oh yeah, the Z-Saber does too much damage. Come on, Zero, that was pathetic. You're gonna be seeing a really good cutscene right now. You're gonna be seeing the best cutscene of this game. And Zero says, my reputation has been damaged while I was away. Being thought of as some stupid toy. X is like, Zero! Zero! You're alive! And Zero says, so X is alive, is he? It seems Sigma did not defeat me after all. And X says, but I searched all over for your parts! And your signal, but I found nothing! And X says, well, and then Zero's like, that is most unfortunate. Yeah, that is the worst dialogue in X6. I hit myself like trying to repair myself, and I'm like, what? Okay, so I think the Japanese dialogue of this part actually says that I had to lay low while my auto repair systems try to fix me. I had to wait until I was healed. Well, it's been an emotional reunion. But now we must face the nightmare. And X says, if the replicates are eradicated, then mankind, no, the Earth itself will face a crisis. And Zero says, let's go, X. Destroy the nightmare. And X says, yes, after so long. And I'll never let anyone suffer again. Let's go, Zero. Right, I'll check that later. I don't really care about like a lot of the ones that we've rescued so far. I mean, hey, they're giving us some decent upgrades. Let me check the items obtained. So I've obtained life up, energy saver, defense barrier, weapon plus, and the body parts for the blade armor. Not bad. Let's go to say select screen, because I have to retry. And the signal says, I know that you have just only returned, but I need to ask you something, Zero. Will you help X and carry out the mission? And Zero says, it's my job. I am a Maverick Hunter after all. And I've been away for quite some time. But I'm ready to fight for peace. Alright, so now we're gonna go back to the Laser Institute. So now you can see that we can play as Zero, X without armor, and the Falcon armor. Shield Sheldon.
Ready?
Alright, so Alien gives us a call and she says, the investigator sent to this area is Shield Sheldon. Make sure to get your web. And then X says, he says Shield Sheldon? Oh no. He has been resurrected? And he has become an investigator? But yeah, so yeah, Metal Shark player's weapon is the one that kills Shield Sheldon. X says, Shield Sheldon! I thought it was you! And Shield Sheldon says, sure. And X says, I'm very sorry about the case. If only I could have been there in time. And Sheldon says, don't be. I can fulfill my role as a bodyguard. That's all. Next says, you have been protecting the professor. When the professor became a maverick, there was no other way. Our officers misinterpreted your action and you were hunted as a maverick. And then you retired yourself. That was so unfortunate. And Shield Sheldon says, I couldn't prevent Gage from becoming a maverick. I failed to protect him. But I'm going to fulfill the duty I was born to do as a bodyguard now. Give me a second chance, and I'll protect him, even though I may have to sacrifice myself for it. Come on, X. Yup, that throws to the wall for some reason. There we go. Alright, so we cleared the stage in a minute, received 9 damage, defeated 5 Mavericks, obtained 200 souls, and got a golden 8. Not bad. Got the guard shell. So it shields an enemy shot for a counterattack. And Alias says, Shield Sheldon, an ex-security police. He guarded Dr. Jim, who was an important person in the laboratory. Suddenly, Dr. Jim became a maverick. However, he was able to control himself. The Maverick Hunters identified Sheldon as a maverick just because he was created by Gate. Sheldon couldn't deal with being labeled, and so he killed himself. Okay, so yeah, save select. Yeah, let's not save the game for now. Alright, so here we go. The Weapon Center. So we're gonna have to backtrack to this stage a little bit on, but like... Infinity Maginion, spelled M-I-J-I-N-I-O-N. And this stage music sounds like the final countdown. It does. X says, what? Where's that huge Reploid? Alias says, you're in the Weapon Center. They have been constructing powerful weaponry without the appropriate approvals. A huge Reploid, I assume it's Illumina. Considering that I couldn't pick up any readings of its activation, it must be a nightmare. There has to be cables which are sending energy to Illumina. Find and destroy them. Good luck, X. Shit, where the hell was that apart? Okay, there it is. Yeah, so he's scanning for me right now. Damn, I'll have to go back for him later. There we go, he's dead. And Alias says, the investigator sent to this area is Infinity Maginian. Stay sharp, because he may have very powerful weaponry. I'm gonna be fine, Alia. And then Maginian says, someone comes. And X says, Infinity Maginian, you're one of the investigators of the nightmares, aren't you? And Maginian says, you seem to be hard to deal with. Why must I cover up for the lack in ability of the other investigators? Huh? How did you come this far? Don't say you destroyed my sweet Illumina. And X says, I destroyed such a dangerous Reploid. And Infinity Maginian says, no! I was still conducting a test or two on her. I wanted to use her to destroy all the idiots. Now I'm angry, and that means you're dead. Go for it. Problems I don't understand how this fight even works. Oh wait, it's the... There we go, he's dead. Clear time a minute. Okay, so 51. Yeah, I've killed 51 Mavericks and received only 1 damage. Stolen Golden A. So I've obtained the Ray Arrow. It hurts enemies on the same screen. I've rescued Zerodon, FFF, Marion, Vertov, Tech. And that's it. I've obtained Speed Shot. Okay, so then Alias says, Infinity Maginian, an ex-test pilot for large weapons. He had a special body that could process at a high speed. He ignored the test program, choosing instead to go on his own. He produced excellent results, but he always had trouble with the other staff. Even Gate was unable to control him. One day, he was disposed of by making it look like an accident. So for now, yeah, let's go back to Save Select, because we have a few things to do. And Gate says, well done, X. You defeated my star creations. Next says, "Who are you?" And Gate says, "I'm Gate, the new leader of Reploids. I aim for an ideal nation of Reploids only. I'm eliminating low Reploids for that." And Next says, "You! Do you realize what you're doing? The Earth cannot be fixed without Reploids." And Gate says, "I know. So this is the perfect time. I can bring a new age for Reploids. This is my dream. I've been waiting for this. I won't let anybody get in the way. X, I'll give you a special treat, since you proved your worth and ability defeating my investigators. I'll invite you to my laboratory. No more hiding. I'm sure you'll come, even if you know you'll die. I'm waiting for you at my laboratory." Athena says, "Gate is behind everything. Stop his evil." Ilya says, "We've located a secret laboratory. Let's stop the nightmares." Nah, I have a couple stuff to do. Go back to this stage, because I have to backtrack to this one for some stuff. So there, that's Illumina trying to scan for me. Alright, now we go in here. And then Dr. Light says, "X, I'll give you data for an armor. Obtain all 4 programs of this armor so that the armor will be completed. The one I will give you now is the ARM program for the blade armor. With your weapon charged, fully hold the up button and press the shoot button. Then you can attack with the charged blade. You can do it, X. I believe in you." And then X says, "I sense something." Yep, the sense they have to fight some Mavericks. And nightmares. Ah, fuck. Damn, I'll have to go down to check if there's still a few more. Okay, I don't think there is. Now let me put on a good weapon for this fight. Oh, okay, I didn't know that would work. Alright, so then Dynamo says, hard work and play and no play makes X go crazy. And X says, Dynamo, it's you again. And Dynamo says, it takes hours for me to get here. I won't go back empty-handed. I've been gathering nightmare souls at the risk of my life. I've been dying to become stronger. Do you want to challenge me, X? Yes, I do. So yeah, Dynamo will give you nightmare souls. Yep, it's the same Dynamo from X5. And yeah, here's where I come up with the catchphrase that Dynamo says. Because Dynamo's like, you're way too strong, X. That's where I come up with that catchphrase. He says, Yana! And then he goes away. Let's go. Okay, so we defeated 10 Mavericks, leave 0 damage, and we're still in Golden 8. Good. We rescued Shen, Phantom, Gital, Metal, Rue, Gransu, Kurono, Davy, Sosolis, and that's it. We obtained a life up, a Master Saber, and an energy up, and the arm parts for the blade armor. We completed the blade armor. We'll go ahead to say select. So, yeah, that's it, guys. See y'all in the next one. Bye!